In today's video, get ready to be captivated by an extraordinary tale of daring escapes and legendary feats. We'll introduce you to Yoshie Shiratori, a Japanese escape artist like no other, who managed the incredible feat of breaking out of prison not just once, not twice, but an astonishing 4 times. His escapes weren't just ingenious, they were the stuff of legends. Yoshie Shiratori's story will take you on a roller coaster of audacious breakouts, incredible resilience, and a battle against an oppressive system. Get ready to be inspired by one man's unwavering pursuit of freedom. So, without further ado, let's dive into the epic adventures of Yoshie Shiratori, the prison escape legend. Yoshie's journey began in difficult circumstances. He grew up in a challenging family and an even more challenging society. In the early stages of his life, he tried to live a straight life and earn his living through legitimate means. However, as he realized that things weren't going well, his life took a wrong turn, leading him to resort to gambling and theft. After a while, he was arrested, not for theft, but for murder. He was accused of a crime that he claims he did not commit, asserting that he was forced to confess under the duress of beatings and torture. Indeed, Shiratori found himself incarcerated in Omori Prison in the year 1936. His life within those prison walls was a harrowing ordeal. The guards subjected him to relentless torment and abuse on a daily basis. Each day they would descend upon him, inflicting severe and savage beatings. The prison system in Japan during that era, roughly 85 years ago, was profoundly flawed. Guards wielded unchecked power without oversight or accountability, especially when dealing with inmates who provoked them or were imprisoned for particularly vexing crimes. Our protagonist, Shiratori, became one of the victims of this continuous torture and brutal beatings inflicted by the guards. Amidst this incredibly dire situation and the palpable sense of injustice he felt, particularly given that he was accused of a crime he did not commit, Shiratori made the decision to do the impossible: escape from this living hell. He began formulating his escape plan. The first crucial step in any well-executed escape operation is to meticulously study the guards' routines. Shiratori noticed that during the dawn hours, guard patrols were sparse, with about a 15-minute gap between shifts. This time frame provided the best opportunity for him to slip away unnoticed by the guards. At precisely 5:30 a.m., the plan was set into motion. Shiratori had a small metal wire that he had managed to keep in his cell. In the bathroom area, there were wooden buckets, and from one of these buckets, he retrieved the metal wire. As I mentioned before, Shiratori had a history as a thief before his imprisonment, which honed his lock-picking skills. He waited until dawn approached, and as the guard patrol passed by, he retrieved the metal wire and began attempting to pick the lock. After a few tense moments, he finally managed to unlock the cell door and step out. However, this was far from the end. Ahead of him lay several locked doors that he had to open using the same technique. One by one, he picked the locks and opened the doors until he finally reached the prison walls and successfully climbed over them. But is it possible that he could open all these locks and doors with such ease? Firstly, the matter was not straightforward, but Shiratori was exceptionally skilled in the art of lockpicking. Secondly, the quality of locks during that time wasn't really good. We're talking about the year 1936, and the simplicity of the locks played a role in facilitating his escape from the prison. However, guard patrols would return within minutes, and even if he managed to leave the prison, he couldn't go too far without risking discovery. If they detected his escape, alarms would blare, and they would quickly pursue him. Shiratori was well aware of these circumstances. As a final trick, he removed some wooden floorboards in his cell and placed them under a blanket. When the guards passed by his cell, they would assume he was sleeping in his bed. He strategically placed the bed over the area where he had removed the floorboards, making his escape plan seamless. The guards were completely fooled by what they saw. They only discovered his escape the following morning when the alarm bells rang. In the aftermath of his audacious escape, Yoshie Shiratori found himself in a race against time and luck. Despite his legendary cunning, his freedom was short-lived. The authorities quickly caught wind of his escape and launched an intensive manhunt to capture the elusive fugitive. During his daring escape, Shiratori had sustained sensitive injuries that required immediate medical attention. Desperate and resourceful, he devised a plan to sneak into a local hospital, hoping to procure the supplies he needed to tend to his wounds discreetly. With the precision of a seasoned escape artist, he infiltrated the hospital under the cover of darkness, navigating its labyrinthine halls with silent expertise. Inside the hospital, Shiratori managed to locate the medical supplies he so desperately needed. However, his luck ran out when sharp-eyed hospital staff spotted the intruder. Sensing something amiss, they quickly alerted the authorities, setting off a chain of events that would bring Shiratori's fleeting taste of freedom to an abrupt end. Just 3 days after his initial escape, the long arm of the law caught up with Yoshie Shiratori once again. Despite his incredible cunning and legendary status, he was apprehended, his escape dreams dashed by a momentary lapse in his otherwise impeccable skills. The tale of his brief taste of freedom serves as a testament to both his ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of justice by those determined to bring him to justice. This time, Shiratori didn't return to the same prison. He was sent to another one named Outsmarted Prison. The treatment he received from the guards there was even worse and more brutal than before. To them, he was not only a murderer, but also someone who had attempted to escape from prison, a deeply provoking act for them. They continued to beat him and subject him to torture daily, using him as an example to deter others from even considering an escape. In addition to this, he was frequently placed in solitary confinement, a punishment that can severely damage a person's psyche. Despite these dire circumstances, Shiratori did not give up on his dream of freedom. He patiently waited for the right opportunity to make his move once again. The guards' routine was the key to his plans. Shiratori observed their habits and identified the most vulnerable moment for his escape. One night, he noticed that the guards were less vigilant during their night shifts. This provided him with the perfect opportunity to put his plan into action once more. At night, he took advantage of a guard's momentary distraction and managed to overpower him, stealing his uniform and keys. Shiratori then moved stealthily, exploiting his knowledge of the prison's layout. By wearing the guard's uniform, he could blend in with the real guards, and he made his way toward the prison's exit. Using the stolen keys, he unlocked the doors, one after another, until he reached the outer gate. With bated breath, he opened the gate and stepped outside. Freedom was within his reach once again. But the story doesn't end here. Shiratori's fame as a legendary escape artist grew, and he became a symbol of resistance against the harsh prison system. He was not just a common criminal, he was a man who dared to challenge the system that had broken him. His story inspired many others who were imprisoned unjustly or treated inhumanely. Shiratori's legend spread far and wide, reaching the ears of those who sympathized with his struggle. Shiratori's life as a fugitive was not easy. He constantly had to evade capture, living on the run, moving from one place to another, always staying one step ahead of the authorities. He relied on his wits, resourcefulness, and the help of sympathetic individuals who believed in his cause. Despite the challenges he faced, he never gave up. He continued to fight for his freedom, refusing to be defeated by the oppressive system that had tried to break his spirit. In the years that followed, Shiratori's story became a symbol of resilience and determination. He became a folk hero, a symbol of hope for those who felt oppressed and powerless. People admired his courage and tenacity, and his name became synonymous with the spirit of defiance against injustice. Even though he was a fugitive, he was a hero to many, a living testament to the indomitable human spirit. Shiratori's story teaches us the power of perseverance and the strength of the human will. It reminds us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, it is possible to find the courage to stand up and fight for what is right. His legacy lives on, inspiring generations to come, and reminding us that the pursuit of justice and freedom is worth any sacrifice. And there you have it, folks, the astounding saga of Yoshie Shiratori, a name synonymous with audacious prison escapes and legendary cunning. His tale reminds us that the human spirit knows no bounds, especially when faced with seemingly insurmountable obstacles. I hope you enjoyed this gripping story as much as I did sharing it with you. If you found Yoshie's escapades as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more thrilling tales of human ingenuity and resilience. Before we part ways, I want to hear from you. Do you know of any other remarkable escape artists or unbelievable stories that you'd like me to explore? Let me know in the comments below. Your suggestions fuel the content on this channel, and I can't wait to uncover more incredible narratives with your help. Thank you for joining me on this adventure today. Remember, the world is full of extraordinary stories, and I'll be here, ready to bring them to life for you. Until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and never stop exploring the fascinating tapestry of our world. Take care, and see you in the next video.